Hi, greetings. It's me, Dr. Paul Gerhardt, and I want to welcome you to DBA605, Organizational Development Theories and Trends. Now, this is a relatively new course, and of course, we're a relatively new doctoral program, and I'm one of the principal faculty members in this program, and I've been teaching this class from ever since it was developed and introduced into our program. And the dozens of students that have gone through this course over the years, as a majority, have really enjoyed the content because they recognize that theory isn't just so theoretical, but it's designed to help people understand phenomena of how things work and what happens if you don't apply the theories. And so this is a course that I double dog dare you to really embrace the lessons of. We've got 10 modules, and each week there is some research that you need to be doing. You are expected to be digging into the scholarly research using the scholarly peer-reviewed articles button checked in the library database each week. Do some research on the topics. Find meaningful articles. Take time to reflect on them, to read them over and over again till you really have a good understanding that helps make you an expert in each of the different concepts that we cover throughout the course. You'll notice that the majority of the content is either in the course content area or the discussion board, and you'll see that we have dates on there. So do make sure that you are watching the due dates very closely. Our grading rubric expects for you to be able to post on the deadline with very thorough and well-researched answers. You notice that we use APA formatting in our program to help us be seen as one of the top institutions, because all the other doctoral programs, or most of the doctoral programs, actually use APA as a general format to help keep things scholarly. It's what's expected of you by the time you get to your dissertation. So practice it in your classes. It's part of your grade. I'll share with you lecture videos to help you really understand some of the different nuances of theories and how to apply concepts, and even how to do APA formatting properly. Do remember that each week you need to engage in a meaningful way by doing quality peer replies to at least 2 classmates in each of your discussions. The more that you engage in our discussions and consider the ideas of your classmates, the more tools that you'll have in your intellectual toolbox that really helps make you an expert. And that's our goal here in the doctoral program at City University, is we want our graduates to be seen as good, if not better, than any of the other graduates of programs that are similar to ours. So we're hoping that you really savor each of the different lessons. Really make it a powerful learning experience by having an open mind, scheduling lots of time to do research, writing, and reflection, because it's that reflection that really helps us become experts. A little bit about me. My doctorate is a PhD in Management and Organizational Behaviors. And when I was in my master's program working on an organizational leadership and human resource degree, I wanted to be an organizational development consultant. And I was lucky enough to find a mentor that helped me build a practice working with so many different types of organizations around the United States. I've had the federal government, I've had the United States Army, I've had banking institutions, I've had farming organizations, I've had nonprofit organizations, manufacturing organizations that I've done consulting for. And when I was going through my graduate courses, I would think about my future customers, and I would develop training modules around each of these so that I could really make the theories and the content my own. So I double dog dare you to help make this a powerful learning experience by really reading the literature, reading the assigned materials that are here. We've picked some of the best resources for you to really help you become an expert and help make your experience start out on a solid foundation. You'll notice that in the discussion area we ask you to post your SIA, or Student Introductory Assignment. What we need for you is to introduce yourself. Help us understand who you are. What are your work experiences? Why are you here? What do you hope to gain from being a DBA? Then read everybody else's posts and welcome them. Really get to know your classmates. You'll be on a journey with them for the next few years, and each of you really should consider yourselves as a team member to help support each other's success. I know that when I was in my doctoral program, some of the courses that I took were just way harder than this one, and it was because I had the help of my classmates to help me understand the concepts that it really helped get me through the toughest times. Don't quit. This is a journey worth taking. So less than 2% of all Americans have a DBA, and there's a reason for it. It's a doctoral journey that isn't meant to be easy, but it's not meant to be difficult either. It's meant to stretch your mind, give you new tools that helps make workplaces better. You get to make a difference with the DBA, and we're so glad that you're here. In week 1, we're going to introduce the concept of organizational development. We ask that you really consider what it is that your goals are for this class and what your goals are for this program. In week number 2, we talk about the application of theories, and we want you to really take a look at the organizational development theories that are out there. How can you apply those? What is most important in applying organizational theory? You know, why do we use theory? Really be thinking about how theories work. One of the things that organizational development experts know is that what gets measured gets improved. And there's a lot of different ways to measure organizational efficiency. So we'll talk about that in week number 3. In week 4, we talk about organizational efficiency, and we specifically look at mission, vision, and culture. I'm sure you've heard of these words, or perhaps you've taken classes where you've studied these very same concepts. Think about the application. Think about the examples that you've seen in the real world. Why are these concepts really important, and how can you assess the corporate culture of your own organization or another organization? Going into week 5, we talk about organizational strategies. Once you really understand what's going on in an organization, then you have to really understand what your options are. How can you help make things better? What does the strategy look like? So we're going to ask you to dig deep into the literature and find at least 2 scholarly articles in every week to help us better understand how to apply these concepts. How can you use these concepts? Week 6, we go into human elements of organizational change. We're in a global environment where competing with people that we would never have thought about competing with 20 or 30 years ago. So these days, organizational leaders have got to really understand why people resist change and how to get people to embrace change, because when organizations don't change, organizations die. I remember when Kmart was the #1 seller of cheap, crappy goods, but they failed to embrace change, and Walmart became the #1 seller of cheap, crappy goods. In week 7, the opportunities of organizational disorders. So every challenge is an opportunity, and being able to capitalize on these types of organizational opportunities really means you have to understand how to apply the theory and know which tools to pull out at the right time. Strategic implementation is another key idea. So really understanding how to make things work is key. So you're starting to get a feel, I'm sure, that there's a lot of really important concepts in here that will help lay a solid foundation for you as you move through our doctoral program. You know, become an amazing leader? Maybe you're a great leader now. How can you become even better? How can you help move organizations forward? A doctoral journey is a challenge, but it's one that really is worth taking. And it's one of those that I tell my students every quarter: choose it. Have an open mind. Roll up your sleeves. Be prepared for the growth. You can do this. I believe in you, and I'm here to support your success. So don't hesitate to reach out to me and ask questions. Know that I teach because I love to share what I know, and I love working with smart people like you who wants to make a positive difference as a DBA. Thanks so much for taking time to watch this video. I hope you enjoy the course, and I hope you enjoy your day, because only you get to choose how you feel about it. I'm Dr.